Did you know our everyday low prices beat the specials at our competitors? If you don't believe me, just come on in and look and see what you can save. Right now, our everyday low price, $99. That's right, just $99 for a twin mattress. This isn't a bunkie board. This isn't something that's going to fall apart in 3 weeks. This is a real mattress. Come and see it because nobody else in town can touch the prices. Talk about some prices. Let's talk about King Memory Foam, only $6.99. $1,200 anywhere else, $6.99 here because we know that your mattress matters.
Hi everyone, we'd like to welcome you to Real Talk, and we are definitely on the east side today here with the Falcon soccer team. We've got Coach Jonathan Sin with us. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing very well. You know, seeing the guys out there really getting at it and just listening to how you talk to them. I mean, you're really pushing them, Coach.
Well, we're trying to, we're trying to do the best we could do this year in region, and we're hoping to host, but we got a lot of work to do before we can get there.
How's this season been for you? I mean, you've been coaching soccer for how many years now?
Gosh, I don't even remember. I know it's over 5.
Over 5 years. And so what has the progression been like with the team and the things that you've been having to work on?
Right. Well, we played a lot of heavy teams at the beginning, trying to see exactly where we were.
Right.
We've tried to start fixing defense a little bit along and work our way from the back to the front, basically.
Right. And you've got your son out there, right?
Yeah, this is the first year he's in high school, and first year I get to actually coach him on a high school team.
How cool is that? Now, did you lose a lot of players last year, Coach, and are you having to rebuild, or do you have a lot of solids that's been here?
We lost some really good players, especially over the course of the last 3 years.
Right.
We still have some really solid players here. We did have to change systems though, and I think right here these early games has thrown us for a loop, but we're slowly getting it.
That's good. Now, how's the competition been for you? You know, because when you play tougher teams, it definitely helps you up the ante on your game a bit. How's the competition been with the schedule?
Well, so far with the schedule, we've played. We haven't played anybody that wasn't in the playoffs last year. So, that just makes us that much more prepared when we get to the playoffs at the end of the season. But yeah, we've had some pretty stiff competition all the way from semifinalists in single A competition to 5A schools that make the playoffs. So it's been a challenging schedule this year, to say the least.
And that's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So who have been some of the standouts here with your team?
Well, our seniors this year, especially up top, are a really bright spot. Luke Bryant, he's in the center. He's always been up there in the front, kind of. He's taken over from where his older brother actually left off. So it's been nice to have that progression of brothers in the center, and not have to worry about offense. We definitely have speed with Isaiah Smith and Tyler Lowe on the sides. This year we've been blessed with some returning people that played for me in middle school and actually moved back in to East Lawrence. And I'm thinking about our goalie, Jose Delgado. It was nice to be able to find him and get him back into it. Allowed me to push some of the other players that would have played goalie up to midfield. So, we've got a talented group of seniors this year, especially. I mean, we got them all lined up in the front and in the back. One of the things we've had to do this last couple of games is we've moved our senior Cole Porter back to sweeper, and he did an outstanding job last year there, and he's definitely rocking it again this year.
That's good. That's good. So you got some depth still in the team, so that's a good thing.
Right. Last year we only had 2 on the bench, and there were some even region games we had to play a man down, and for any team that's tough.
It is.
And for us to have the young players that we had last year, that was extremely tough, and it made it. Last year we got to the end of the season and had to beat the last region opponent by 2 just to get into the playoffs.
Yeah. This
year we got a more substantial bench.
Right.
So we're not quite as tired at the end of the game as we were last year.
That's good. That's good. If someone to ask you the question, which is what I'm about to ask you, what wins games, Coach? What would be your answer for that?
What wins games? The easy answer is more goals than the other
Of course,
team.
of course, of course.
A solid defense definitely is a main factor. But I think playing together as a team, ball movement from the back, transitioning back up to the front, so you can get those goal scoring opportunities. I think that's a real key to actually winning the games in soccer.
Absolutely. You know, and just seeing some of the drills and things that you're working on with these boys, you know, what are you really pushing the most with them? Or is there anything in particular that you're pushing the most to kind of help them with their fundamentals and things like that?
Right. Well, right now we're stressing technique on the ball, 1v1,
Right.
especially, you know, when you're defending. We're also, you know, team-wise, shifting to the ball, those kind of things. Once you get it, how to clear it,
Right.
how to get it into space so that we can do something with it. So we've been really 1v1 techniques, and especially on defense, working as a unit.
That's good. That's real good. And Coach, do you have any boys out there where this is their first year playing?
Oh, we got a ton of boys that this is their first year playing.
How is that for you? Because I mean, you have certain ones that are on different levels of
Right.
having been playing and having certain skills, to some to where this is really kind of foreign.
Well, the good thing is, you know, with my son going through the middle school,
Right.
you know, you kind of have a hand in it, even though you're just a parent down there. You help out as much as
Right.
you can. So being able to teach those guys that are ninth graders now for, you know, the past 2 years at middle school has really helped out a lot. Coach Tanner at the middle school last year did an absolutely great job
Right.
of taking what we built on before that and actually, you know, progressing it to a good team. So I would say this is probably one of the first years I've had fewer true first-year soccer players than in other years. But the great thing about it is the soccer players that are our true first-year soccer players this year, they're great athletes.
Yeah.
So, you know, some of the things they use in basketball and football, and even I have one in tennis, even the footwork from tennis actually translates over to the game of soccer pretty well.
How awesome is that?
It's
You know,
a good thing.
when you're a great athlete in one sport, it's nice how you can transition and bring some of those same skills
Right.
into another sport. Now, how do you keep balance? Because we know the band of gold. I mean, that's your baby there. How do you keep balance with all of this stuff that you've got going on?
It's extremely difficult. Google Calendar helps out a lot.
Right.
If it didn't have you know, something that beeped on your cell phone to say you got to go do this
Right.
at this time, I would be completely lost. It's also nice to have a wife that understands you're the band director and the coach,
Right.
and she can kind of help you get straight. You got to go to this meeting or that meeting, or
Right.
you've got a game this week, you know, on this day, and you've got a band booster meeting on this day.
Right.
So you know, between a cell phone and a good wife, it's not as bad as it could be. If it were left up to me, I would be sitting at the house and not know where I was supposed to be.
Well, we certainly appreciate your wife for the work that she's doing to help keep you balanced.
Exactly.
And thank you for all the work and effort that you're putting into these young kids, because what you're instilling with them now is something that definitely they're going to be able to take with them to use in the future.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that.
All right. This is Coach Jonathan Sin, everyone. You know, we are just so proud of these boys out here. They are definitely making the community proud in the work that they're doing. And we've got Cole Porter himself, the man with the plan. How are you, Cole?
I'm doing just fine. How are you doing?
Doing very well. Now, Cole, you and I, we've gone at it before.
A couple times, yeah.
And so, you know, we want to know, Cole, what's been going on with you? How's this year been for you?
All right, well, we're in the winter right now. I guess approaching the spring. That means soccer season for me, you know. The fall's past, all the fall sports, and getting out there on the soccer field. It might be cold, it might be wet, but we're having a good time out there.
You definitely are. Now, let's go back a few seasons then. So
Okay.
what other sports and different activities are you involved in and have been
Okay.
involved in?
Over the years, I've done wrestling, cross country, and soccer. And this year, I've dwindled it down just to soccer to focus on that and prepping for college, you know.
That's so cool. And academically, you've been getting it done, haven't you, Cole?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to graduate as salutatorian.
Whoa, how cool is that?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
And you're pretty mellow with it, you know.
Try to
You'd be like, and tell us about your parents. We know they're so super proud of you.
Yeah, my parents, Richie and Crystal Porter, they both graduated from East Lawrence a few years ago.
You know, just a
Well,
few.
Yeah, just a few. I won't say how many.
Yeah, keep it on the down low. You know, you don't need to share all of that.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're definitely, it's like a family tradition. You like bringing
Yeah.
up the reins, you know, and
Right.
salutatorian. How does that feel?
Well, you know, it's an honor. You know, it took a lot of hard work, and I'm definitely proud to be able to say that I've accomplished that. 4 years of hard work, and try to stay humble. Try to think that it's the hard work that did it.
Absolutely. And this has been what you've been doing.
Right.
No one's been doing it for you. Have you already started writing your speech?
Not
You don't-
exactly.
You know-
trying to work on scholarships right now. You
Right,
know,
right,
sealing
right.
the deal with college, and then I guess around April we'll start focusing on that.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking at your shirt here. You're advertising for Mercer.
Yes, ma'am. plan to go to Mercer in the fall. Go Bears.
How cool is that? Now, have you already decided on what you plan on majoring in at Mercer?
Yes, I'd like to major in biology and then eventually go to med school, be an orthopedic surgeon.
You know what, Cole? I've told you many times you could do my knee replacement for
I think
me.
you have told me that a few times.
Remember me now.
I'll do
Remember
that.
me once you get the letter behind your name and
Good thoughts. Good thoughts.
That's right. All right. So how has this season been for you as a senior and as a leader out here on the field?
You know, I think this year I felt the most excitement and spirit and, you know, just that feeling of a team,
Yeah.
being the senior, I know I'm the leader out here along with my teammates, you know.
Mhm.
I know we've got to step up as seniors, as the oldest guys on the team, most experienced, and get it done and encourage the other guys. You know, we're still early in the season, so we've
Right.
got a lot of games coming up, and I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how we're going to fall in the region this year. We got a good shot to go far.
You absolutely do. You absolutely do. And so as a senior, you know, what kind of work ethic do you have as far as what do you use as far as in yourself to help motivate these younger guys out here?
All right, well, we come out here and we start by warming up. We take kicks, we do our stretches, you know, we do our jogs. And as soon as we start practicing, we try to practice just like we play. We try to not play around.
Yeah.
You know, it's
How
fun.
easy is that?
It's,
I mean,
you know,
is
it's
that
easy
easy
to
to
play
do?
around, but you know, it's fun. But you have to focus. That's the only way you're going to get better. So, and then at the end of practice, we bring it in and we talk about what we got to talk about, what we did right, what we did wrong, and what we're going to do tomorrow, how to fix it. You know, we break it down on Falcons, and then I make sure, along with the other captains, we make sure everything gets cleaned up and put back in the shed, and then we head on to the house.
You know, I don't know about the people out there, but I think that we all can agree that you're quite disciplined.
I try to be. Yes, ma'am.
Quite disciplined. And so, and your work ethic shows in how you perform and also what you do to help your teammates.
Yes, ma'am.
And what has improved? You know, what has improved in your game through the years?
For me, I guess it's you know, you start off and you just do what the coach tells you to do. You do what your teammates tell you to do. But as you grow and as you learn more about soccer and you fall in love with the sport, you get a mindset of soccer. You know,
Yeah.
it's second nature. It's like getting out of bed in the morning. You know, you don't think about pull the covers down, put my feet on the ground. It's just natural. It becomes natural, and that's when you fall in love with it. It becomes natural.
How cool is that? Your speech is already written. I mean, I've already written half of it just from our interview here today.
I'll go home and write it down.
You go ahead and write that down. And, you know, when you talk about being a senior, you know, like after each game, it's like that's one less game closer.
Right. That's definitely something that's in my mind. You know, won't play this game ever again. And as we get closer to that last game, you know, I just want to work all the harder just to make sure we end happy and end satisfied.
Absolutely. And you guys, would you consider yourselves like family?
Absolutely.
Like a brotherhood?
Absolutely.
Or so to speak?
Us seniors, and we've been in this since the beginning, you know, a lot of guys have come and gone, but we've really struggled to, you know, stay friends, stay as, like you said, a family, and work hard to see results, and that's what we're going to see this season.
That's nice, and you're pushing one another
Absolutely.
for greatness.
Absolutely.
Cole, we're so proud of you, man.
Well, thank you.
Look forward to seeing you out there. Throw a name shout out during your speech that I helped you prepare.
I'll do that.
All right, we're proud of you. Keep doing great things,
Thank
Cole. We're so thankful for how you have learned on how to have a good work ethic in everything you do and how it transfers on the field and with these younger guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Salutatorian. Cole Porter, everyone. Thanks,
Thank you.
Cole. We are enjoying ourselves here. We've got another senior with us, Luke Bryant. How's it going up there, Luke?
The weather's nice.
It is.
It's
I
very nice.
told you to squat when you and I
Oh, yeah,
talk.
love
Talk to us a little bit about your family, you know, and how your year has been. For one, first as a student here at East Lawrence.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm the son of Sheila and Greg Bryant. My mom's a teacher up at the primary. I have a brother named John. He's been a great influence on me as far as soccer goes. We used to always play in the yard as a kid. I'd be his practice dummy and stuff like that, and he'd always mentor me and stuff. I didn't actually start playing until my 8th grade year. And then from there, I've just been growing and loving the sport ever since then.
How cool is that? So you're following in your big brother's footsteps.
That's right.
His chest is sticking out just a little bit further, knowing that you said that. You
Head
know
is a
that.
little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. Now, do you play any other sports as well, or is this your main sport?
This year, this is my main sport. Freshman year, I did wrestling, but I decided soccer. I wanted to devote more of my time to it, and I play it year round.
And what's your position here?
I play forward.
You're the forward. All right, now, what do you do to motivate these guys? Because, you know, just talking to your teammate, you know, he talked about his work ethic. How do you motivate these younger guys? How do you push them? You know, how do you kind of get them to get it together?
I mean, try to be as firm as possible with them, but I still, personally, I like to, I'm a carefree guy. I like to joke around with them and keep the spirits light and stuff. If they ever, start bickering with each other, try to settle it reasonably and logically and just try to motivate them in the most positive way possible.
Well, it's said that you guys are like a brotherhood. Is that true?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Always fighting and messing with one another, but at the end of the day, we're always loving each other and supporting one another.
And that's good to hear. Now, do you feel any pressure? Your brother played last year, right? Graduated last year?
Yes. Oh, no, ma'am. He graduated like 3 years ago.
3 years ago. And
Yeah.
so, do you feel any pressure from family or anyone because your brother was this? Do you ever get compared to him?
Oh, absolutely.
You're like, come on.
Yeah. um, it's not. I mean, there's always that with the brotherhood. There's always that competitiveness
Right.
and stuff, and so. I mean, I don't really ever feel any pressure though. He's always very supportive of me and always pointing out stuff that I could always do better, but never any pressure. It's just good vibes usually.
Good vibes, and
Good
that's
vibes.
very important. Now, how have you improved through the years? We always talk about, what you learned from, last season. How have you improved on your game?
Well, I mean, I just play it. I mean, year round. I just always trying to work at it. I do a 6 versus 6 league in the summer, and then I play indoor soccer in the winter, and then I just prep all throughout the year to come out here and play soccer through high school, and then just always working at it, working to get better.
And you said that you play year round. Do you think that that's what kind of gives you a little edge?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's true they say practice makes perfect. I'm by far nowhere near perfect, but I'm better than if I were to just come out here once a year and play.
Now, what are your plans after high school?
I've been accepted and plan on going to Georgia College State University.
Boo! That's
Yeah.
where I went to undergraduate. I just have to give a shout out. I know.
Shout out to Bobcats.
That's right.
I plan on getting a nursing degree, and then I'm going to minor in psychology.
How cool is that? That is going to be so wonderful.
I'm
Now, do you
excited.
want to play sports there as well, or are you going to concentrate on your studies?
Well, one thing I like about Georgia College is they have a ton of intramural leagues, and so I'm able to do like indoor soccer and stuff like that without actually having to commit to a full team, and
You're right.
gives me a chance to focus on studies.
You saw how I got like a little girl again, right? I went back to my college years when you said that. Intramurals are huge at Georgia College.
Absolutely.
I mean,
That's one thing that pulled me in.
I was a reigning champion now for 8-ball pool.
Okay.
So remember that when you go down and
I'll
see
have
my
to check it out.
name, if it's not dusted, you have to dust it
I'll
off.
dust it off for you.
And so that's wonderful. That is so wonderful. And now with each game, as one game's over, that's one step closer to you guys, your brotherhood, having to dismantle.
It's sad. I mean, I haven't even graduated yet, and sometimes I just feel nostalgic about everything, like high school in general. But I mean, yeah, boo-hoo.
Exactly.
But I know that I just have to keep looking forward, know that I'm going to go on to do greater and better things. And I just hope that, we as the seniors leave a legacy behind that some of the underclassmen can look up to and try to aspire to be. Try to be a good example.
You're already doing it, Luke.
Thank you.
We're so proud of you. You're going to do great things. We know it. Love the hair, by the way. Love it.
Soccer edition.
It is a soccer edition. All right, Luke. Thank you so much. Keep doing great things.
Thank you.
This is Luke, everyone.
Go Bobcats.
All right, we've been having a wonderful time with these young men talking about what their leadership style is about. We've got the man himself, the Isaiah Smith. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing very well. Now, Isaiah, we want you to really tell us a little bit about your family and let us get to know a little bit about you. All right?
All right, I'm a senior at East Lawrence High School this year. I play soccer. I've been playing since 6th grade, actually. And my parents, my mom, Linda Garnto, my stepdad, Tim Garnto, they come out and support me every game. So I'm pretty thankful for that.
And that's good to hear. That's good to hear. You've been playing soccer for quite a few years. What other sports have you played?
Well, in the past, I ran cross country and I wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
But I ran track as well one year, but
So
I
you're
mainly
pretty quick.
just stick with soccer.
You're pretty quick. You're the speed out here.
Right, I play forward as well.
Oh, very good, very good. And so what has your experience been like playing soccer through the years?
It's just a learning experience, really. It's real fun. It gets fun over the years. And after we just learn everything, it's fun to help the others, the younger ones. We get to see them develop the same way we've developed.
And your teammates say that you guys are a brotherhood.
Yeah, basically a brotherhood. 'Cause
And how is that?
it's pretty good for me because I don't have family that plays other sports as well, so I treat all these guys like my family,
These boys are like your brothers from another mother, aren't they?
basically.
How cool is that? All right. And let's talk about your work ethic. It's very important, as a senior, that you show a certain leadership style that really helps these younger ones, and that's what you want to do. What is your work ethic like?
We have to step up every day and try
Mm-hmm.
to control the younger ones, because
Right,
you know
right.
they get a little rowdy. We like to
Right.
play around too, but we just have to keep the whole team composed as a
Mhm.
whole and just keep them fighting through it. Especially when we're in games and we're down, everybody likes to lack. We have to just keep everybody together as a whole.
And how do you keep it together? Let's say if you've got a tough game, and you guys lose. How do you motivate your team? How do you, for one, you've got to motivate yourself.
Right. I try to pretend like we're practicing, because when we're at practice, there's no stress or anything like that. It's just all fun.
Right.
Just try to treat it all like a game,
So you have fun, but you're pushing it each time.
pretty much.
Pretty much. All right. And your brotherhood, they're out there supporting you too. And so, what are your plans for after high school?
After high school, I plan to attend the Art Institute of Atlanta. I'm not yet accepted, but I plan to
But
attend.
that's what your goal is.
Right.
So you're an artist.
Right. Music though. Music.
Music. Tell us about your music.
Oh, I rap actually. I rap and I produce as well.
Can you freestyle?
Oh, I can't do that on the air. I don't think we can do that. Not today.
Oh, so it would be too explicit.
Oh no, not that. I'm just not. I'm not.
You're not
ill,
ready?
Ill preparation.
This is improv now, so you're supposed to be able to. You're supposed to be able to freestyle. But as time goes on,
Right.
you're gonna definitely hone your craft.
Correct.
All right. Well, that is fantastic. Is there anyone else in your family that's musically inclined?
Well, my stepbrother.
Mhm.
I got 3 stepbrothers actually,
Right.
but my main stepbrother, Stavario Wynn,
Mhm.
he's my main influence in music. He actually got me my first show.
How cool is that?
Pretty cool.
All right. So you got to remember us when you blow up,
Oh
right?
yeah, I remember all of y'all, especially you, Pat.
Thank you. Thank you. And we're so proud of you. We're proud of the work that you're doing. We're proud of how you're definitely working these young guys and definitely having the attitude to go with it. And we wish you nothing but success.
Appreciate it. I wish the same to you guys.
Thank you. This is the Isaiah Smith, everyone. All right, we've got another member of the Brotherhood. How are you today?
I'm good, Pat. How are you?
Doing very good. All right, you're Tyler Lowe.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been playing this sport?
Well, I played all 3 years of middle school, and I played 4 years of varsity soccer with East Lawrence.
Now, Tyler, if you've been playing this for quite some time, you've got to have some family support.
I do. My parents come to every game that's Mike and Wendy Lowe. You'll always see them in the stands with their blankets, or, when it's hot, they'll have their ice packs trying to cool off.
Those are faithful parents.
They are.
Coming to these games, I felt like a little ice cube one game.
It was very cold out there, especially if you're sitting down and not moving around. It gets super, super cold.
And you've been playing this sport for a long time. Are there any other sports that you're involved in?
I used to run cross country, but like the other 3, I kind of dwindled off and I focused on soccer this year, trying to get ready for college, and we really wanted this season to be special.
Yeah, especially your senior year. It's like you want this to be the best of all years.
Yes, we did. We wanted to, we got high hopes this season in our region. We'd like to make it the playoffs and go into the playoffs further than we've been before.
And that's good. So when you say you want to make it to playoffs, what is that going to require? When looking at it as an individual and as a team.
As an individual, it's going to require 110% in everything you do. And as a team, it requires everybody working together and focusing and getting the job done.
Absolutely. How easy is it for you in working with others? You say you guys are a brotherhood, but it's so very important to be able to talk out there, to communicate, to be able to cover for one another. How's that been?
Well, it's not easy. I would say it's something you have to work on, and everybody has to commit to it, but we're coming along. We're doing pretty good at it right now.
Very good. And you consider yourself a leader?
Yes, I do. I've been a captain since last year, and well, all of us have been captains actually since last year, and it's kind of a shared responsibility. So we all keep each other in line, and we keep the rest of the team in check.
How do you keep them in line? Do you have to pull some over to the side and have a little chit chat with them?
You have to have a heart-to-heart sometimes, but you just have to remind them of the big goal and get them to stop focusing on the little things, and then it all comes together.
And your attitude, now, would you say you have a good attitude?
Most of the time, yes, ma'am.
Ooh, you said most, but you know how to kind of keep it together and put things in perspective.
Yes, ma'am. You always have to keep it together on the field and in the classroom and in life in general if you want to succeed.
You're right. Have you noticed that, a lot of the things that you learn as an athlete, it helps you outside, like off the field and off the court?
Yes, ma'am. It really transfers, especially in schoolwork. When you realize that you practice for 2 hours a day to perfect a sport, you need to practice in your academics to perfect what you're learning at school.
That's right. And you're doing it all, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am. Trying to.
How cool is that? All right, so after high school, what are you going to be doing?
I've been accepted to Valdosta State University. Go Blazers.
Go Blazers. How awesome.
I hope to transfer into their athletic training program, and from there, I hope to work as a physical therapist. I have to go to physical therapy school after that, but I want to work as a physical therapist one day.
Well, congratulations to you. And that's not too far from home.
No, it's not. It's about a 3-hour ride. So.
And they've got the theme park Wild Adventures, so that's going to definitely be fun.
Yeah, it's wonderful down there. I really like the campus and the environment. It's great.
Yeah, it's a beautiful campus, beautiful area too. Not too far from Florida.
Right. It's about 10 minutes from Florida, actually. And about 2 hours from the beach, either direction. So
yeah,
go for the Atlantic.
Stay focused. You're going to stay focused. Very good. Now, so listen, what message can you give out there to a young guy who has never played soccer, may want to play soccer? What can you do to kind of motivate that person and inspire them to go for it?
Well, you have to start with the baby steps. You have to learn the basics, and it's just all comes down to practice. I mean, we were awkward freshmen at one point. We couldn't get the ball where we wanted it to go, and we didn't know how to really do anything. And we had older players like Marty Corona and Drew Watson, and some of them that were seniors when we were freshmen, and they really guided us in honing our skills. And now you have what you see today.
Absolutely, and we're so proud of what we see today. All right, keep doing what you're doing.
All right.
Enjoy Valdosta next year.
Ma'am,
All right. Thank you. That's all the time we have for today on Real Talk. We've had a wonderful time meeting the brotherhood of the East Lawrence Falcons soccer team, and we definitely look forward to great things to come with this season. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us, and please keep watching.